Good morning and welcome. This is The Beautiful Game. My name is Mike Mesikeno. It's a wonderful Saturday morning. Barka de Salah to all the Muslim faithful out there. I don't see small meat chop. Now, if you know you're a fan of this show and you did this jollof rice and meat wherever you are, just send me location. 08020815247, our WhatsApp number. Just put location there. If you don't want to put location, you can just tell me where my own location is. Eko Atlantic, you can do delivery. I never chop meat well or jollof rice. All right. But then want to wish all of you Muslim faithful a happy celebration, of course, Baraka de Salah, and wishing you the best of the season. Now, we're going to have quite an interesting discussion this morning to start up the show because I have a very highly revered guest in the house with me this morning. Now, he is a licensed FIFA agent. He runs a sports agency. That's apart from the fact that he's a consummate entertainer. He's an actor, he's a director, he's a producer, a filmmaker, all of that in one. But let's just focus on the sports now for now. And I would really want to know how he does all of this together. We have us today as our guest, Mr. Pascal Atuma, who is the president of Tabik Sports Agency. Now, he's a FIFA licensed agent, a grade C licensed coach. Now, he also has a proven expertise in sports management, is passionate about grassroots development, the kind of people that we need to be managing our sports, if you ask me. Now, his recent activities include embarking in February 2025 on a talent search in Nigeria in partnership with Bondi Football Academy France, partnering with Katsina State government in the development of football academies. Mr. Pascal Atuma, it is great to have you. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Mike. I'm happy to be here.
Wonderful. How do you put all of this together? We know you as an entertainer, consummate one who is fully immersed in every cadre of entertainment. But then you're also a passionate person about sports, a licensed FIFA agent, a licensed grade C coach. Yes. How old are you? When were you able to do all of this together?
I'm not that young. I'm an old man.
So how did
anyway, my date of birth, my age is public. It's not. I'm 53 years old.
Wow. Yes. I know you're a young man. No?
Yes, I told you.
Wonderful. But there's a lot that you've done in all this while. Just let's get to meet you. How did this all start? Was it entertainment first before sports?
Entertainment first.
Okay,
I studied theater in Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
I'm a theater grad, and then after that I moved to Los Angeles, California, and I did a DGA training in directing and producing. And from producing, directing and producing acting, then I branched into football. So football is, growing up I wanted to be a footballer. But my dad and my mom didn't want that. All they wanted was either you be a medical doctor, engineer, or law.
What they did to some of us
those were the only three options in my house. You choose from those three,
yes,
or you get out of distance.
As for me, in fact, law was out. They put it was science. It's in engineering. Yes, it was science. Arts, so law was even out of it.
Yeah, after, when I believe I've achieved all I wanted to in film and television, so I said, nice, now to do, because my passion was growing up. I wanted to be like Sonny Okosun. I had to be specific. I didn't want to be like nobody else than Sonny Okosun growing up, but I don't have the singing talent. So acting was a way to still be in that entertainment area that was my passion. And now, after I achieved that, I felt like, if I leave this world without pursuing something in football, I won't be happy. Because remember, I attended the Russia World Cup, I attended the Brazil World Cup, I attended the Egypt African Cup of Nations, I attended the Ivory Coast African Cup of Nations. So I've been following football for a long time with my brother. So we now say, okay, if you look at I have a certificate in entrepreneurship specialization from University of Pennsylvania. So when I was doing that program, they said, okay, if you want to branch out from the business you're doing, try to branch into the other businesses that will use the same vehicles. The same vehicles, almost the same people, but a different business. Now, when I do film, who do I have to work with to promote it? You guys.
Yeah. Definitely.
When I do sports, who do I have to work to promote the players and make it a business? You guys. And then passion, my two passions, entertainment and sports, then let me combine it. But I've been privileged, I must say that. I've been privileged to have some of the best employees. I will not call them employees. I actually see them as partners. So I've been privileged, whether in Los Angeles, I had a fantastic crew. In Canada, I have a fantastic crew. In Nigeria here, I have a fantastic crew. And media-wise, my head of media, Abidemi Dairo, who also works with Channels TV. Then in terms of a grassroots operation of my sports business, so I have my own classmates of 40-something years as the operations manager, Europe and Africa. And I also partner with Media Integra. Okay. So Media Integra does the ground operation, hiring and all that stuff. So it makes it easier for me.
For you.
Yes. Wow. So all I have to do is, when I'm needed, I'm called. Like now, they cannot do this interview for me.
Definitely.
I have to come in person and do
Definitely.
it. So that's how I've been able to do. But I've been privileged. And also, you know, our business is called the Atuma Brothers International Company. So we have Tabik Sports, Tabik Records, Tabik Entertainment. So my brothers, they run the business. I'm the face you guys see.
Wonderful.
So I'm the one certified. I'm the one trained, but I'm not the one that runs the business.
Okay.
You understand?
All
I'm
right.
just the field marshal.
Wonderful.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
Now, that's our topic today. We're talking about the business of sports, FIFA and being licensed as an agent. You know, that's something that we see quite a lot of. But for somebody who wants to start, what does it take? You tell us your journey, how you became a licensed agent, and what does it take to be a licensed FIFA agent?
Okay, I started as an intermediary.
Okay.
Before used to, if you want to be a sports agent, you go through your federation. Like our federation is Nigerian Football Federation. Okay. So you go through the federation, you bring in people that will vouch for you, and you bring in your experience in sports, what you have done, contribution, and then you go through some seminars, and then you become an intermediary. They will give you the intermediary license, which you can operate with. Then FIFA thought a few years ago that there was too many intermediaries. Like in Nigeria then, we had 300 and something intermediaries. So FIFA now brought the exam pattern. So if you were not an agent before 2015, you're done. Your intermediary license is cancelled. As a matter of fact, they cancelled all the intermediary licenses globally. And they went the exam pattern. Then the exam pattern is, you know how you separate Paul from Barnabas? Because you have to read it. Wow. And most it's legal stuff. So usually the lawyers have a better advantage. But I have had at least 30 of my friends who are lawyers that have failed the exam more than 2 or 3 times.
Wow.
Yes, I failed the exam 3 times. I'm not ashamed to say it.
Wow.
It tries to show you how difficult it is. So I actually passed the exam on my 4th attempt. The first time I took it in Nigeria, second time I took it in Canada. Third time I took it in Nigeria, I failed. Then 4th time I took it in Canada and I passed.
Interesting.
Yes. So in Nigeria now we're not up to 30 licensed agents, FIFA licensed agents. So and the way FIFA did it now, if you come to me now and say you're a licensed agent, I'll say, let me see your barcode. So I'll just scan. I will go straight to FIFA portal. So it's not like you can manipulate or lie about it anymore. No.
Wow. So
I can confidently tell you can verify. We are not up to 30 FIFA licensed agents in Nigeria. Right now.
Wonderful.
But when I say even 30, we are Nigerians, so we claim Nigeria. I'm not based here. Okay. Most of the agents are not based here.
Yes.
Yes, like Makinwa is not based. Makinwa is in Italy. He's a good partner of mine, you know, the footballer.
Yes.
Now, there's a lot of my partners who are based in London. But, you know, we all see ourselves as Nigerians. So if you actually want to talk about the agents in Nigeria, based in Nigeria, it's not up to 15 now. Yes. But before, we used to be 336.
By that, with the intermediary
system? With the intermediary system. So, but I'm glad they did it. You know why? It's to protect our youth. To protect our youth, to protect the game. And also to play the game at a professional level so it can grow globally. So I'm actually glad they did it. Not because I passed it,
I understand.
But I'm glad.
At least there was a time you did not pass it.
Yes,
also.
And also, I'm also glad I failed it 3 times. Do you know why? Failing it 3 times made me to really sit down and study. The 4th time, I shut down all my businesses. My brothers took over everything. I went back home in Canada. I sat down. My wife said, hey, old student, well done. You must pass this to know. If you don't pass this, you're going to take it again. No. Wow. So my job was read, go to the gym, sleep, read, study, go to the gym. Because I said, let me see why I'm not going to pass this. And they keep telling me to get a lawyer to take it and pass it so I can use the person's license to operate since I'm not a lawyer. I said, no, my friends who are lawyers, they're all failing it with me. Do you understand? So, but I like what they did. So now, if anybody come to you and say they're a FIFA agent, show them to show you their barcode.
Their barcode, that's how you can verify.
Yes.
And it takes you to the FIFA portal.
Yes, it takes you straight to FIFA portal. And the exam, you cannot cheat. NFF is not in control anymore. All NFF does is to provide venue. When it's time for the exam, they check you in, verified. You register through FIFA, not through NFF.
Is it computer-based test?
Computer-based, computer-based.
Okay.
Then when you register, when it's time for the exam, NFF will make a call into Zurich. Zurich will open the portal 1 hour. After 1 hour, they will shut it down.
Wow.
They want to make sure that there's no, it's not, even if, okay, another thing I must tell you, for those who want to go in, don't think your friend will study it and you pass when your friend is sitting next to you. No. The question you're answering, coming to you, is different from the one coming to him, it's different from the one coming to me, it's different from the one coming to us. It's like a pool of questions they select randomly. So what you're asking you is not what they're asking me.
Is there a registration for the exam? What does it take to qualify for the exam? Do I have to register?
You have to go through screening. So you go to FIFA.com.
Okay.
If you go to FIFA.com, you go to agent section. So when you go to agent section, you register. Then you go through the accreditation. Then they will now approve for you to take the exam. Then they will now send your info to your federation. So your federation now, you will now pay the fees for them to conduct the exam. So you don't pay FIFA until you pass the exam. Then they will now send you a link to pay. It's $600 a year.
$600?
$600. The license, to maintain your license, is $600 a year.
Okay.
Every year. And then there are some courses. It's continual education. So every month or every other month, they send you a new, if there's a new law, new rule, you receive it to go and study it. And you must pass it to keep going. Like me, after I got the license, I wanted to represent minors. So they had to send you to a university in London through a certification program. Then you pass it, then before they now add it to your license. So now I'm licensed to represent minors globally.
This is quite a rigorous process.
I like it. I like it because it's a praise pour from Barnabas.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, what are the perks of being a FIFA agent?
Take that question again.
What are the perks of being a FIFA agent? What kind of advantage does it afford you? Maybe with competitions, with sourcing for talent and all of that.
One, people who are licensed and people out there know what it takes to become a licensed agent. Do you understand? So it gives you room to do deals with state governments and federal governments.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. If I didn't have my license, I would not be able to partner with Katsina State Government. Okay. So I partner with Katsina State Government in the development of the academy, and the license now gave me a chance to have foreign partners because the license is global. It's universal license. Like now, I'm partners with Bondy Football Academy, France, who I brought into Katsina in February to go through Katsina State and see what talents are available. So the license also gives you a chance to understand the latest laws of the game. If there's any changes, the agents are the first to get it. And it also gives you a chance to see football from a different dimension. See, a lot of people watch football for entertainment, but football is serious business.
It is.
It's a very big, serious business. So the license offers you also access to other agents in the world, because we have an agents union, agents forum, right, that you can now, it's easier for, like I give you an example, if I see a player today, a very quality, good player, I can present that player to more than 20 clubs around the world within 24 hours because of my partners.
Do you sign the player under your agency first before you put the player out?
The law is is rules and regulations. It's FIFA law.
Okay.
You cannot touch or pitch a player unless you have a mandate from that player. So it can be a mandate of 6 months. It can be a mandate of 1 year. But me, the best way I'm doing it now, because the job of agents in the foreign countries the difference from the job of agents here. Here, because of poverty, we as agents actually have to put money in the development of the players. I have players that have been under me for 5 years. I sponsor them 100%.
Wow.
I have players that have been under me for 4 years. I sponsor them 100%. But it's not the job of an agent to sponsor players. Our job is to seek employment for players and represent them, make sure that they're not cheated. So an agent in UK, when you tell him that you are sponsoring some players, you're buying boots, you're buying food, medical, even their parents, you have to take care of their parents. Because most of the boys with talent come from very poor homes. Do you understand? I know some of my players, I have to do passport for them and do for their parents too. Because if you're under 18, before you go to any embassy with the new rules now, your parents' international passport must be presented for the External Affairs Ministry to approve it. So there's a lot.
There's a lot.
There's a lot behind it. It's not as easy as it is, but if you have passion for it and you have vision what you want to do with it, then you'll be able to handle it.
Is there any way that the NFF can maybe make us ensure that, or try to find a way that we have more agents like you? Because like you mentioned, if there are only about 15 that are based in the country, mostly out of that 30, almost half of you are based outside. The country. You know, but we need more. If we're going to develop grassroots football, which is also one very major passion of yours, we need more agents to be on ground.
Yes, we need more agents to be on ground, but there's also an issue. The issue is the issue of visas. Because of the way our country is positioned, our image out there, most of the agents, because for you to succeed as an agent, you must move around.
Very true.
You
very
must
true.
travel.
Very true.
So if you don't have access to travel, already you're
at short notice also.
Yeah, at short notice, you're already limited. I give you an example. One of my boys is in the UK now for trial. I'm on standby. If I get a call now that I'm needed, there's something on board, I'll tell you, bros, make this show short too. I'll buy a flight right now and leave and go to UK because I have my Canadian passport.
Whew.
You understand? But it's
now
you understand.
Now it's clearer.
Yes, so I have my Canadian passport, so I don't need visa to UK. But if you're a Nigerian agent, which is why you need partners, even if you become one. If you're a Nigerian agent, then you have to now wait for that club to send an invitation letter. Then you go, and it's not even guaranteed.
It is not
that they're going to give you the visa.
It is not. You go there. We've had sportsmen. In fact, what is the condition with Toby Amusan? They were denied visas.
Yes.
To go and represent the country.
Yes. What about my players? I've had invitation letters from different countries where my players were denied visas. I give you an example. I had 2 invitation letters from Croatia, from a club in Croatia. And now Croatia doesn't have embassy in Nigeria. So where do our paper go for visa to go to Croatia? We have to send it to South Africa. Who are the people working for Croatian government in South Africa? South Africans. How do they look at us Nigerians? So it's just dead on arrival. My 2 boys were refused visa. Last year, I had an invitation letter from Bondi Academy to send 2 of my boys. They were refused visa. So which is why I had to do passport for one of the parents, because they said, oh, because we couldn't bring the parents. I showed my FIFA license. I showed my company, my Tabik Sports Agency in Canada registered. I showed her. They said, yes, but you are not the father of these children. We need passports. I didn't know that one of them, their parents doesn't have passport. The other one is a homeless boy that I picked from the street. No dad, no mom. So, but he's very talented. So these are the things that NFF we need to sit down and look at it and then present it to FIFA. The FIFA rules and regulations they have for the whole world should not be for Africa. Africa, they need to create our own rules and regulations. But considering the poverty level in Africa, considering the infrastructure, considering the visa issues that we face. Does it make sense to you?
A lot, because we can now see the limitations of our
There's a lot of
passports.
limitations, and that's why we've not won the World Cup. That's why Nigeria has not won the World Cup, because Nigeria have so much talent that if they are allowed and given the same opportunities that all these other countries are given, within a short period of time, we'll win the World Cup. Nigeria has talent. I give you an example. I was in Bauchi 3 weeks ago, the Army Games, the Nigerian Army.
The Army games.
They played their soccer finals in Bauchi, so they invited me. Bros, you need to come and see these boys play. As a matter of fact, I took 2 boys from there. They're in Lagos now. They played the tournament. So actually, they're coming to my house from now. They're coming to my house for the weekend. I told them to come after training. From Bauchi. I saw them that day on a Monday. I moved them on Tuesday. That's how talented these boys are. Do you understand? From the army. So imagine just one trip. One of them dances with the ball like Okocha. As a matter of fact, if you go on my social media, you see when they were in my house and when I was interviewing them, and then I asked him, can you play like Okocha? He said better. You can imagine that
level of confidence.
That level of
we
confidence, need. Yes.
We need someone to stand up and say,
you need
yes,
to see
I can do it.
They're playing a match on Monday here in Lagos. If you're free, let's go so you watch with your eyes. They're with, I domiciled them with Dominion Hospitals.
Wow.
That's why I moved them to either I move, I have some club partners here. Either I move with Dominion Hospitals, I move with CDFC or 365. So those are my partners. Yes, I work with them.
This is so much. We've had so much. I have had so much enlightenment. As much as I've been journaling sports for all this while, there's a lot you've said now I don't understand. But moving forward, what is the plan for Tabik Sports Agency? What are your future plans? Are you planning to, you work with Katsina State government? Is there anything that you plan to do with the federal government? What insight? How can people work with you and all of that?
Yes, right now we are in the process. Number one, I'm trying to develop a Nigerian Armed Forces Football Academy.
Okay.
The Nigerian Armed Forces Football Academy. Well, I'm trying to create that after what I saw in Bauchi. Because what I saw in Bauchi was an eye-opener. So start with when I got to Bauchi at the armored camp, they showed me the field they wanted to play, the finals. I refused. I told them we're not playing. I can't watch my players play here. I can see their real talent here. So I requested for Bauchi Tafawa Balewa Stadium. So when I requested for that, I arrived Bauchi on a Saturday. So that on Saturday morning, they flew me to Abuja, then Abuja to Bauchi. So that event was supposed to happen Saturday. From the airport, I requested, before I see the Major General, I want to see the field.
The pitch.
So they took me straight to the field, and immediately I condemned the field. So now when they reached out to the Sports Council, they said that the Bauchi team, that's
Wiki Tourists?
Wiki Tourists, that they were playing Zamfara the next day. Right? So I said, okay, if they're playing Zamfara the next day, move the competition to Monday.
Okay.
So I went and watched Wiki and Zamfara, then we moved it to Monday. Now, I also requested to see the two army teams that lost to the people playing the finals. They said, why? I said, I will tell you guys later, but can you bring back the two teams? So I want to see it, like a third place.
A third place, wonderful. Yeah. Another, yes.
Yeah, so they now brought back the two teams. The first team started by 2 to 4,
okay.
Then 4 to 6. Guess what? One of the boys in Lagos now came from the third place
match. Yes.
And that's the midfield I'm talking about.
Today, in the Nations League, there's a third place match that will happen before even the final. So,
and that boy, it took only 5 minutes of the game, and I saw him. And I'd allow him to play another 20 minutes. I told him to pull him out. So the coach said, no, we can't pull him out. We want to win the game. I said, you want to win the game. I didn't come here to win game.
I came
here for something.
For talent.
I said, please remove this boy from me. I don't want him to have injury. I'm moving him to Abuja tomorrow. And that's what we did.
That's wonderful, because imagine if you say you want him and then somebody goes out.
Yeah, so having partnered with Katsina State government, I want to partner with other state governments, and I also want a system where we can do this at the federal level. Wonderful. Because the reason we have to do it at the federal level is this. Look at a country like Spain. Look at the Spanish national team. You see, it's almost 50-50 young boys, 50-50.
Yes, you have kids, 17.
Yes.
Look at Pedri, look at Yamal.
Now, if we don't do these grassroots operations, we're not going to find our own Jamals. We're not going to find our own Pedris. The reason is, by the time our people turn 26, 27, 28, that's the time they get out of the water. And now they want to reduce their age to 17. Now, there's a problem. There's a bone marrow test under FIFA rules and regulations now. -2 + 2. So if you say your age is 29 and we do bone marrow test. The bone marrow can tell if you're under 27, which is 2 years, you can survive. But if you fall below, they will find out. Do you understand?
I do.
And that's another thing, nutrition. Nutrition of players.
Too much eba.
Well, the earlier we dictate the talents, the earlier we can be able to put them in academies and feed them well.
Very
so
true.
they can grow like their counterparts in Europe. It's not when you see someone is 29, because of malnutrition, he's already shrunk. Do you understand? Whereas some boy that is 15 years old in Italy, he's already fully developed with muscles and the right nutrition going into his system. So what we need to do, why I say we should do it at the federal level, dictate our talents early.
Yeah.
Then put them in football and education or football and handicrafts, skills. Because the FIFA rule says you cannot give the children only football. You must give them a second option. The new FIFA rules. There must be a second option.
Just in case it doesn't
It's just in case.
out.
And also, not only that, you have to have some kind of education to be able to survive in the modern football, the modern game. That is why you see a lot of our ex-players who were illiterates or still illiterates, they could not cross over to coaching, because if you didn't go to school, you cannot pass the coaching courses.
Very true.
I give you an example. When we were doing our coaching courses, it wasn't at the C level. It was at the it was at the lower level, because there's 5 levels before you come to C level.
Okay.
There's a course called Making Ethics Decision. My brother, if you didn't go to school, there's no miracle you will pass that course.
Wow.
Do you understand? So, after football, what is next? What can the player do next? What is the career left for the player? The best careers left for players is either become journalists, or they become coaches, or football administrators. How can you do that without education? So you see a lot of our ex-players who made it at the international level. After a while, the little money they have saved is gone. And education will also teach them investment and money management. All the boys under me, every time they come around my house, it's not just for me to feed them. No, I take time, I start teaching them money management, investment. Because it's not about making 1 million naira. Can you control 1 million naira? Do you understand where we're coming from?
Very much.
So we need to form these academies early. Remember, talent is from God. You can't buy talent. So we need to dictate those who God has given it to, so that we can groom them and guide them, like Bob Marley said, to the passage of time.
Wonderful, wonderful. Mr. Pascal, this has been quite expository. We here, TVC The Beautiful Game, we would be here to support you with ever venture as much as possible, because this is, in the long run, to pay off with, like you said, our national teams.
Yes.
How do we perform on the international stage? We just went up against Russia. We could have done better. You know, it was not our full team. But with these kind of things, grassroots development.
Grassroots.
There's a lot about it.
There's no future without grassroots development.
We'll be here to support you. Mr. Pascal Atuma, what's your social media handle for people?
My social media is Pascal Atuma, Pascalatuma, and also my film is out there in cinemas.
Okay, let's wrap up with that.
Yes.
Mr. Pascal is also a filmmaker, and just yesterday we spoke about it.
Yes.
But we have what's the
Imported
title?
Wives.
Imported Wives.
Well, it's in cinemas.
Is there anything about football in the film? Or you just
football? No.
Okay.
So you need to know, separate Paul from Barnabas. This is pure.
I like that. So we can go see Imported Wives in any cinema across the country.
Across the country, and it has very good stars. It has Nancy Sime, Omono Boli, Mama G, Joseph Benjamin, Lucy Ame, Linda Osifo, Funky Malam, Ngozi Nwosu. It stars
and yourself there.
And myself, yes. Wonderful. I directed and produced.
Wonderful.
Yes, it's a beautiful film. You go and watch it. If you don't like it, I'll refund your money. If you like it, you buy me a drink. And buy Mike a drink.
I like that. Follow him on the social media handle, and then you can take him up on his challenge. Mr. Pascal, it's been a pleasure. Whenever you are around, this is home for you.
Thank you very much.
Please make sure you always
come
around.
It's a pleasure. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you so much. That was quite a wonderful discussion there with Mr. Pascal Atuma, licensed FIFA agent, FIFA Grade C, licensed coach also, sports administrator, entrepreneur, filmmaker also. Wow, that is quite a lot, and he's just 53. Well, you definitely want to check out our social media handles, and also on YouTube you will see an excerpt, of course, or the full interview, you'd learn quite a lot. We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. It's still the beautiful game. We'll have some highlights after this.